Anand. Hello students. Today we discuss about structure of chromosome. So you know that chromosomes are present within a nucleus of eukaryotic cell. So suppose this is the eukaryotic cell, this is the cell wall, then this is the nucleus, and within the nucleus chromosomes are present. Chromosomes, they are present in a pair in a nucleus of the cell. So these chromosomes, they act as a genetic material. They help in transmission of characters from one generation to the another generation, and the genes are located on a chromosome. So this thing you are well known about this. So now in this session we learn the detailed structure of chromosome. Okay, so the chromosomes during cell division, they are visible. In a 11th standard, you already studied the topic cell division, in which we learn the movement of chromosomes. So that helped to understand the structure of chromosome. In a interphase of cell cycle, the chromosomes, they are present in a form of a thread, or these threads in interphase we called as chromatin. So this is the chromatin. So chromatin, it is a genetic material. They are thread-like. They are present within a interphase. Then these chromatins, they undergo the condensation in a prophase. So in a prophase, chromosomes are appeared or chromosomes are formed. So they undergo the condensation. This thread, they become short and to form the chromosomes in a prophase. Then in a metaphase, these chromosomes, they become very short, they condensed, and they are visible in a metaphase. And these chromosomes, they have sister chromatids. So these are the sister chromatids. So in a metaphase, chromosomes are more visible. They become short, thick, or highly condensed. So in metaphase, chromosomes are well studied. In which phase chromosomes are well studied? The answer of this question, in a metaphase, the chromosomes are well studied or more visible. Okay. Then this chromosome, we learn or we discuss about the detailed structure of this chromosome. So in metaphase, chromosomes having two sister chromatids, and each chromatid having two arms, this arm and this another one. So this is the arm of chromosome. These arms of chromosomes, they are held together at the center, or the two sister chromatids, they held together at the center called as a centromere. So the chromosomes or the arms of chromosome, they bind at the center, that position known as a centromere, and this centromere, it contains a disc-like plates called as kinetochore. This kinetochore, it involved in a formation of, it involved in a cell division. They help to attach the spindle fibers during the cell division. So the spindle fibers, they attach to this plate. Okay. So the centromere, it also provides the surface area for attachment of spindle fibers, and then these chromatids, they become separated in anaphase. Okay. These sister chromatids, they held together at the centromere. Each chromatid contain linear double-stranded DNA. This DNA structure is linearly arranged within each chromatid. This is known as chromonema or chromonema. Singularly, chromonema. Chromonema. Okay. So, sister chromatid, which now here we draw the only one chromatid, single chromatid here. There are two chromatids, so we draw here a single chromatid. So in this structure, the arms of this chromosome, they attached at the center. This is called as centromere, or it is also known as a primary constriction. From the primary constriction, another constriction present at any place away from the primary constriction is called as a secondary constriction. So these are the secondary constrictions. In a secondary constriction, it is also known as a nucleolar organizer. Secondary constriction is known as a nucleolar organizer. So why it is known as nucleolar organizer? Because nucleolus is synthesized within a secondary constriction. For secondary constriction, it consists of genes that involve in the formation of nucleolus. Therefore, it is known as a nucleolar organizer. Okay, and this single chromatid, it contains a linearly arranged double-stranded DNA. It runs throughout the length, and this DNA is known as the chromonema or chromonemata. This chromonema, it contains a granular bodies on it. See, these are the granular bodies present on a chromonemata. These granular bodies are known as a chromonema. These granular bodies known as a chromomere. These granular bodies are known as a chromomere. So what is chromomere? Chromomere, these are the granular bodies present on a chromonema. In this region, the DNA become coiled, or it become highly condensed along with histone proteins, and this structure look like a granule. It is known as a chromomere. So what is chromomere? Chromomere is condensed structure of DNA with a histone protein. Then what is chromomere, what is chromonemata? Chromonemata is a double-stranded DNA which run throughout the length of chromatid. Okay. So that is chromonemata, or singularly that is known as chromonema. And what is centromere? The two arms of chromosome, they attach at the center, that is known as a centromere. So you don't confuse for this term chromomere, chromonemata, chromonema, then centromere. Here chromatins or chromatids Okay, so these are the different terms. Then at the ends of chromosome, they are known as a telomere. The ends of chromosomes called as a telomere. Telomere, they prevent attachment of two chromosomes within a nucleus. So that prevent the attachment of the function of telomere, it prevents the attachment of two chromosomes within a nucleus. Then another knob-like structure present at the one end in a few chromosomes, it is known as a satellite or also known as a sat body. So what is sat body? A knob-like structure present behind the secondary constriction. This knob-like structure known as satellite or it is known as a sat body. This sat body or a satellite region consists of DNA. This DNA it having in which the nucleotides they are repeatedly arranged. So repeatedly arranged nucleotides are present in the sat body. Therefore, this DNA or the chromosome they are having satellite body in which the DNA, this DNA called as a sat DNA, and this sat DNA, sat DNA having importance in a DNA fingerprinting. Okay, so that is about the structure of chromosome. So with the help of neat label diagram, describe the structure of chromosome. So question. So you have to draw this diagram and then explain the different points. So what is centromere, then what is chromonemata, chromonema. Chromonema, it is the linear DNA which arranged lengthwise of the chromatid is known as a chromonemata or chromonema, and the granular body is known as a chromomere. Granular bodies present on the chromonema, these are called as chromomeres. Okay. Then what is the next point, that is the types of chromosome. So the types of chromosome according to the location of centromere. According to the location of centromere. So this centromere, so the centromere is present at the center of the chromosome. Then these two are, this is the arm and this is another arm. So these two arms, they are having equal length. Then this chromosome is called as metacentric chromosome. So what is metacentric chromosome? In a metacentric chromosome, centromere is present at the mid of the chromosome, is called as metacentric chromosome, and this chromosome will appear like a V-shaped, capital V, like a V-shaped. This chromosome there appear. Okay. Then next, submetacentric chromosome. So this in the submetacentric chromosome, one arm is a short and another arm is a longer. So this short arm is also known as a P arm and long arm is called as a Q arm. So P arm and Q arm respectively, short and long arm. So in submetacentric chromosome, centromere present just away of the center. Just away of the center. Therefore, one arm is short and another arm is long. Okay, so this is known as a submetacentric chromosome. Then next, acrocentric chromosome. In acrocentric chromosome, one arm is very short. This P arm is very short, Q arm is very long. So centromere is present near the one end. It is not at the end. It is present near the one end. This chromosome called as acrocentric, and this chromosome look like a J shape. This chromosome, submetacentric chromosome, it appear like a L shape, and during cell division. So then telocentric chromosome, in which centromere centromere is present at the one end. So it having only one arm, so that is only one arm or Q arm is there. So it having only one arm. Centromere present at the one end. This is called as a telocentric, or centromere present at the terminal end of the chromosome, therefore called as telocentric chromosome. So according to the types of chromosome, according to the position of centromere, chromosomes are divided into the four types, that is metacentric, submetacentric, acrocentric and telocentric. Telocentric chromosome, it look like a eye letter, or it become a rod shape. Okay, so that is about the types of chromosome. So the structure of chromosome and the types of chromosome. Chromosome act as it carry the genetic material from one generation to the next generation. Chromosome replicate itself, and this chromosome they involve in they act as a carrier of a genetic material. Now in the next point we learn about the structure of X and Y chromosome. Okay, next point is the sex chromosome. So what is sex chromosome? The chromosome which are responsible for determination of sex called as a sex chromosome. Or the chromosomes they involve in a determination of a sex called as a sex chromosomes. They are also known as allosome. Allosomes. Sex chromosome also known as allosomes. In case of human being, there are two types of sex chromosome. One is a X chromosome and another is a Y chromosome. Or in a mammal or other mammalian species, there are two types of sex chromosome, that is X and Y chromosome. In case of human men, there are one X and one Y chromosome. You know that. In case of human female, two X chromosomes are present. So now we discuss the structure of this X and Y chromosome. So this is X chromosome and this is the Y chromosome. What is difference between the X and Y chromosome? The question may ask in exam, what is the difference or distinguish or the compare between X and Y chromosome? So this X chromosome is longer than the Y chromosome. X chromosome, it contains centromere at the mid of the chromosome, therefore it is a metacentric. This chromosome, X chromosome, is a metacentric chromosome, and Y chromosome is a acrocentric chromosome. Okay, then this chromosome, they having two regions, homologous region and a non-homologous region. These regions attach at the center, the centromere. So homologous region, why it is called homologous? Homo means same. This homologous region of X and Y chromosome, they contain similar types of gene. Therefore, it is known as homologous region. And non-homologous region, it contains different types of gene. Therefore, known as a non-homologous region. In an X chromosome, non-homologous region is longer or larger than the Y chromosome. In Y chromosome, non-homologous region is a shorter. Okay. Then, in a non-homologous region of a X chromosome, it contains X-linked genes. X-linked genes. So the X-linked genes are present on a non-homologous region of X and Y chromosome. Y chromosome or a non-homologous region of Y chromosome contain Y-linked genes. Y-linked genes. They are responsible for X-linked and Y-linked inheritance. Then, in a X chromosome or X chromosome is a genetically active as compared to the Y chromosome. Or the Y chromosome is a genetically less active or it is inert. Give scientific reason because in a X chromosome or X chromosome contain more amount of X chromosome contain more amount of euchromatin and less amount of heterochromatin. Okay. Then this euchromatin, it contain more DNA or more amount of DNA. Heterochromatin, it contain less amount of DNA. Or this euchromatin is more in the X chromosome. Therefore, X chromosome is genetically active than the Y chromosome. And female having two X chromosomes. Therefore, they are genetically active. So the and Y chromosome contain less amount of euchromatin. And more amount of heterochromatin. Okay. So euchromatin contain more DNA, heterochromatin contain less DNA. And in case of Y chromosome, the amount of DNA or material is less. Therefore, Y chromosome is genetically less active. Okay. Why the X chromosome is genetically active? Because it contains a more amount of or more euchromatin than the heterochromatin. Okay. So that is about the structure of X and Y chromosome. X chromosome determine the female sex, then Y chromosome they determine the Y chromosome involved in determination of a male sex. So what are the difference between the X and Y chromosome? X chromosome is a longer, Y chromosome is a shorter one, metacentric, acrocentric. Then it contains X-linked gene. This Y chromosome contains Y-linked gene. Euchromatin or the X chromosome is genetically active than the Y chromosome. Y chromosome is genetically less active or inert. Okay, so that is about the X and Y chromosome. Okay, next point is linkage and crossing over. So what is linkage and what is crossing over? Then different types of linkage: complete linkage, and incomplete linkage. Okay, these points we now discuss one by one. Now we know that the genes are present on chromosome. Suppose this is chromosome, and on a chromosome genes are located at the specific position called as loci. So these genes, the genes present on chromosome, and these genes, they are inherited along with chromosome from parent to their offsprings. So genes, if they are closely located, they are tightly bound with each other, or they are closely located. These closely located genes, they are inherited together from parents to the offsprings. So these genes called as linked genes. Okay, what is by linked genes? The genes, those are inherited together, or the genes present on a same chromosome. Present on the same chromosome. These genes inherited two or more genes. They are present on chromosome. They inherited from parents to offsprings, or one generation to the another generation. These genes known as linked genes, and the inheritance or the pattern of inheritance is known as a linkage. So the linkage is firstly discovered by T.H. Morgan in animal, and in plant by Batson and Puneet. So the Puneet and Batson, they discovered the phenomenon linkage in a plants, different plants. So types of linkage, there are two types of linkage: complete linkage and incomplete linkage. In a complete linkage, genes are closely located. In a complete linkage, genes are closely located on the same chromosome, and these genes are transmitted from one generation to another generation along with chromosome. You know that during gamete formation, chromosomes are segregated and they enter into the new gamete, or therefore gametes are haploid. So genes and chromosome, they have parallel behavior. So the genes, they are present on two or more genes present on a chromosome. They inherit together, and they inherit together from parents to their offsprings. These genes, or the phenomenon of this inheritance, is known as a complete linkage, or these genes called as completely linked genes. Okay. So the genes inherited or transfer from parent to offsprings called as a complete linked genes. In case of incomplete linkage, genes are widely located. Suppose one gene, A gene present here, B gene is present on another arm. So they are distantly located, they are not close, and these genes, they do not inherit it together because there are chances of crossing over. If the genes are more widely located, then there may be the chances of crossing over, and due to this reason, these genes do not inherit together from parent to the offspring, is known as incomplete linkage. Okay, once again we say, what is complete linkage? Genes are closely located on the same chromosome, and they inherited from one generation to the another generation. This is known as a complete linkage or complete linked genes. Due to the complete linkage, parental traits are occur more within offsprings, or parental traits are inherited more. And incomplete linkage, the crossing over is take place, exchange of genetic material take place, so the parental traits are less inherited in an incomplete linkage. Complete linkage is occur. The example of complete linkage, it is occur on a complete linked genes. They are present on a X chromosome of a Drosophila melanogaster. And incomplete linkage, the good example of incomplete linkage is the seed shape and color of a Z maize. Z maize. This maize in which incomplete linkage is occur, and due to which the variety of recombinations or new variety of seed shapes, seed colors are occur in a seed maize. So the parental traits are inherited due to the complete linkage, and new combinations or parental trait less inherited due to the incomplete linkage. Okay, so linkage and then types of linkage. Then next point, that is a linkage group. So what is linkage group? These linked genes present on chromosome, and these linked genes, they are formed their groups called as linkage group. Okay, so the gene. So how can you define this linkage group? The linkage group is correspond or is equal to haploid number of chromosomes. Suppose human being having 46 chromosome, or human being having 46 chromosome, then pea plant having 14 chromosome, or Drosophila melanogaster having the 8 chromosome. So this, how many linkage group in a human being? In a human being, 23 linkage groups are occur. In case of pea plant, in a somatic cell, how many linkage groups are formed? Linkage groups are formed. These are the 7, because linkage group is equal to haploid number of chromosome. Haploid number of chromosome. And in the case of that Drosophila, 4 linkage groups are formed. So the linkage group is equal to this haploid number of chromosomes. But in a heterogametic condition, or in a heterogametic organism, linkage group is equal to haploid number minus 1. So one less linkage group is occur in a heterozygous individual. Within a heterozygous individual, one linkage group is less. So remember this. Then what is sex linkage? Okay. Before we learn linkage, the types of linkage, complete and incomplete. Okay. Now, what is sex linkage? Sex linkage, the genes present on X and Y chromosome, they are inherited from one generation to the another generation, is known as a sex linked inheritance, or the transmission of character along with X and Y chromosome is known as a sex linkage or sex linked inheritance. So on a X chromosome, suppose this is the X chromosome and this is the Y chromosome. So the genes located on a X chromosome and Y chromosome, they inherited together from one generation to the another generation. It is known as a sex linkage. So there are two types: complete sex linkage and incomplete sex linkage. In a complete sex linkage, the genes located on a non-homologous region, the genes located on a non-homologous region of X and Y chromosome, and then these genes are inherited together from parents to their offsprings, because crossing over is not take place in a non-homologous region of a X and Y chromosome. So this X chromosome is having this non-homologous region, and this region is a homologous region. Homologous region. So the crossing over is always take place only in a homologous region. Crossing over is never occur on a non-homologous region. Therefore, these genes, they are inherited from parent to their offsprings. So therefore, it is called as complete linkage. So in a complete linkage, genes are located on a non-homologous region of a X and Y chromosome. These genes, they inherit together, because crossing over is not take place in a non-homologous region. And this type of inheritance is known as or this type of linkage called as a complete sex linkage. Example of complete sex linkage is a hemophilia, then red-green color blindness, and myopia. So these are the examples of a complete sex linkage. In case of incomplete sex linkage, genes are located on non-homologous region. Located on a homologous region. So this is non-homologous region. This is the homologous region. So incomplete sex linkage. In an incomplete sex linkage, genes are located on a non-homologous region, and these genes they do not inherit together, because within a homologous region crossing over is take place. Okay, this is called as incomplete sex linked gene, or the inheritance is known as a incomplete sex linkage. Example of incomplete sex linkage is retinitis pigmentosa, then nephritis. In a retinitis pigmentosa, there is a damage of retinoids. In a nephritis, nephrons of kidney get inflamed, and total color blindness, in which the rods and cone cells, they are not developed within a retina of eyes. So these are the examples of an incomplete sex linkage. The complete sex linkage and incomplete sex linkage. What is the difference between the complete and incomplete? Incomplete sex complete sex linked genes, they are located on a non-homologous region. Incomplete sex linked genes, in an incomplete sex linkage, incomplete sex linked genes located on a homologous region. In a complete sex linkage, genes present on non-homologous region on X and Y chromosome, they inherit together, because crossing over is not occur. And in an incomplete sex linkage, genes are located on a homologous region of X and Y chromosome. They do not inherit together. Therefore, it is called as incomplete. They do not inherit together, and they do not inherit together is known as an incomplete sex linkage. Okay, so these are their examples.